What's up, man?
What's up?
Not much, man. It's been a busy week for us. Man, it's no stop. No stop.
Non-stop flight to Ohio.
Man, we got a new dog in the family.
Chico. Hey, the world, Chico, and everything in it.
The world, Chico. I had a little mishap this week in the gym. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about what we're going to do to get back, and then what's the next step for Top Paw and everything else, man. So it's the biggest Jonah. It's Old Man Dive, and it's the Pushing Weight Show.
Pushing Weight.
So yeah, man, like I said, my girl was like, do you think Dive will bring up Chico to the gym? I'm like, no, that dog is staying away from the gym. It's just like, it's so cute. And that thing does look like a freaking fluff ball, man.
Yeah, so we got a whole bunch of fluffy Frenchies. That's probably like the fluffiest Frenchie I've ever had or seen. Like literally, it looks like a big old. Somebody had said that to me, and now I can't unsee it. Someone was like, "Bro, that looks like a big old fluffy bunny." I'm like, "Bro, it does."
Yeah, it does.
I was like, "It does."
I was gonna say gremlin.
He's too cute to be a gremlin. Well, no, man. So we've been on a journey. You guys been watching us.
Yeah.
We've been on a journey, man, just trying to find the best of the best. Like, we got so much invested in these Frenchies. And we've been trying to find, there's a couple DNAs that we ain't got in our kennel yet. So there's New Shade Isabella, that's sought after. And there's Pink, that's sought after. So Pink is Pink is the albino gene. And then New Shade Isabella, you got to carry 2 copies of Blue and I think 2 copies of Rojo, I think what it is. So that's the
yeah, they hate what they know, ho.
You feel me? Don't nobody jump on me. But yeah, so we went with the lady she had a New Shade Isabella, which what we wanted. She had a pink puppy, which what we wanted. The pink was a female. So the only thing with females are, well, you can produce. I mean, the good thing with females are you can produce your own litters. You know what I'm saying? The bad thing is you got to wait till the second heat, which the first heat usually happens around, I want to say, 8, 10 to 12 months, right? And then the second heat comes exactly 6 months after that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
there's a big waiting game.
Yeah, so basically you're waiting 16 to 18 months for a female.
For any kind of production.
But once you got it, then you could produce you know what I'm saying? You can produce whatever you want, 2 to 3 litters, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So with the male, you could legally, well, you could do it whenever he starts, you know what I'm saying, his sperm count is right, but it's usually 10 months is the like, they recognize it at the AKC at 10 months, you know what I'm saying? But so if you get into the stud game, which means you're studying out your male, so you have to have the top of the top. So almost anybody will let their stud breed with your female. I mean, unless you got like some top guys, they'll say like preferred females only, preferred. So they only want top females for their top males. But any person, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, if you have a female, you can almost get a stud from anybody because studs just want the money. You know what I'm saying? $1,000, $500, $15,000, $2,000, $5,000, whatever it is. Mm-hmm. They just want your money. You know what I'm saying? But to have a stud game, you have to have the top of the top stud because don't nobody want to mess up their litter and you only going to be able to have 2 to 3 litters with that female. And then you got to wait 6 months to a year in between litters. You see what I'm saying? So, like, for you to be in a stud game, you have to have top of the top. You know what I'm saying? Because people's going to want to spend money with you, whether it be $500, $1,500, $2,000, $5,000, $10,000, $20,000. So.
Yeah. I always knew that y'all were into studs, man. Like, I know y'all some Drewski shit.
Chill out, man.
But no, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, I think my dogs, I've done like 2 litters with them, but I could not imagine owning a female. Because y'all just had some, didn't you guys just have some puppies? Or I know you did in the past, obviously.
Yeah, we just had some.
But like, I know that there's a lot of care when it comes to having the female.
So I messed up. Oh.
Oh.
New Shade Isabella, you need both testable chocolate, which is BB, and cocoa, along with 2 copies of blue. So I thought it was Rojo, but yeah, it's 2 copies of blue, testable chocolate, and cocoa. So that's how you get it.
What was the second one? Testable chocolate.
So testable chocolate.
So that's kind of names y'all got in the dog game, bro.
So that's double B. So that's that brown, and then like I said, cocoa, which is the brown chocolate jeans, and 2 copies of DD, which is blue diluted gene.
Okay. I seen our boy Mason one time, like back when he first got into the gym. He had sent me. He was doing a lot of stuff with his breedings for the bullies, and he had sent me like just a Snapchat of like him going through like gene. He was learning gene pools and all that stuff, and how, and it reminded me of chemistry class, like stuff that we used to have to learn back then. But
it is, bro. It's more serious than you think it is.
Oh, I could imagine.
And especially like, so if somebody would have put me on a spot and we was around some people, like I would have got a dog for that. Yeah. Like, you're just out here breeding. You don't even know.
Yeah.
Fam, I got that bag. I go grab whatever I want to go grab. If this is what I like, this is what I go grab.
This is what I'm going to grab, man.
But, so like I said, so we were searching. We found this. We found Sugar Frenchies out there in AZ. She had a pink. The pink was a female. The testable, like I said, the new shit, Isabella, Chico, he was a male. We went the male route just because, like I said, not even just for the stud, but because we got some females that produce nice pups too. So we wanted to kind of use that, you know what I'm saying? And then like we can always go out and find another nice female, or like we just produce some nice females in the litter. So we're gonna hold on to a couple of females we produced in the litter. We just had a litter of 10. So we're just gonna hold on to a couple of them, whichever ones we think, you know what I'm saying? But that's the thing with puppies, man. Like you can sell a puppy at 8 weeks to their forever home, right? But you don't know what that puppy's gonna be until about 3 months, 6 months. Every about 3 months, they start to, you know what I'm saying, mature and something different. So, like Koi Boy, we wasn't even keeping, or Cash Cow, we wasn't even keeping Cash Cow.
Yeah, I remember that.
We was keeping Koi Boy. That was it. Koi Boy was it. He was the future of the program.
Yeah.
And then, but my partner Jesse had him at his house, so he's like, I don't know about Koi Boy. And I'm like, what do you mean you don't know about? Like, he's the future of the program. He's like, I think I like this other one better, man. We're going to call him Cash Cow. And I was like, I don't know. So then about a couple weeks passed, I'm like, I kind of see what you were saying.
Yeah.
A couple more weeks passed, I'm like, I see what you were saying. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then now we didn't won 2, you know what I'm saying? He won best exotic male. He won best fluffy Frenchie. So it's like, that was a good decision.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he definitely figured that one out. That was good. Because I remember you guys going back and forth with that. And Koi Boy was the one.
Yeah.
And Cash Cow. I think he, you guys were almost, didn't you guys almost get rid of him? Yeah.
He was about to be gone, but then, like I said, that was a good decision with him because he was honestly out of that litter. So we had 9 in that litter. That was a big litter. We had like 6 fluffy Frenchies, 2 Koi Frenchies.
That's kind of a big litter.
That's a big litter.
A massive litter.
Yeah, that was a big litter. And man, it was a good litter, man. We made a lot of moves with that money off of that litter, and but he is literally the cream of the crop. It's crazy how he caught it like that. Like it's crazy because we had some nice Merle fluffy Frenchies, some regular Merle Frenchies, but it's just crazy how he caught it. You know what I'm saying? Like I think we should just keep this one, bro. This is the one. So.
Yeah. So with these next puppies that you guys got, how will people like obviously you gotta wait
8 weeks?
Just 8 weeks.
Well, so we got some 5 or 6 weeks, and then 5 or 3 weeks.
Okay.
So the only way we're putting them all on our puppy prizes.
Okay.
So we got top paw puppy prizes where we give away puppies. We're just doing all puppy prizes, so you can't even private buyer can't even buy a puppy.
That's awesome. Because you got a lot of people that want that caliber of dog. You know what I mean, and they're going to be able to get it for a good affordable price. Man, that's awesome.
So the mishap, man. What happened? I seen the video.
It's been a depressing week for me. I ain't gonna lie. I've been hurt. I've been hurt in this sport. I've been doing it for 15. It has to be 15 years now this year.
Damn. No.
I started when I was 5. I'm at the ripe age of 20 right now. But huh?
That's as old as me.
Don't worry about it. And see, I've been doing this for about 15 years now. Like when I first started benching heavy raw, my big thing was my pec minors. I'd peel off a pec minor. It was mainly my right side. And it happened like once, maybe twice a year, man. It was my Achilles heel. Finally got that.
How did that feel? I think I done did something to my pec. Feel like a sharp tear.
So this has always been the best way for me to describe it, and I don't know if people understand it. But what I feel when I feel like a tear or a strain, every time I would feel like the sound, I would feel, if that makes sense. That's like the only way I can describe it. It's just like a pulling. Man, I don't know. Just that's how I feel it. And but it would always be going when I'm too wide. I'd like move my hands out one more finger or something. I'd go too wide, and I'd start to press with my chest down in the hole, and it would pull. So, yeah. So, but I got past that, and I've been pretty much injury free, more or less. Yeah, man. Yeah, no kidding. 2025 has been that year, man. But so what happened Monday was we were deadlifting against double over reds, and it started slipping out. It was only like 550 on the bar, plus whatever band tension that is. In my underhand, I have this callus right here, and I knew that bar that we were using, man, was knurled heavy. Like it was rough. So like after every one, I'm looking at my hands and I'm seeing my calluses, kind of come up. I'm like, dang, one of these is gonna rip. Like I already know. And so my underhand, I have this big callus right here. And what happened was when I got to the top, it started slipping out of my hand. And when I felt it start to slip out of my hand, I gripped up like this. And when I gripped up like that, I flexed my bicep, and I felt like a little pop and a big one. And you can see it in the video. You can see it rolled up. So I don't know if you can see it on camera, but I'm bruised from up here down to here right now. And man, big shout out to Hunter Mercer, because immediately, like as soon as it happened, I knew what happened, but I was unsure how severe it was. And I was like, okay, what do I do next? So I just get my stuff off. I'm kind of like settling down from what I realized, just, what happened, man. And immediately I text Hunter. I'm like, hey, and this is like 8:30 at night. I'm like, hey, bro, this just happened. And for people who don't know, Hunter Mercer, he's a neuromuscular therapist here in town. I actually graduated with him. And I'm like, this is what happened. Sent him the video. Sent him a video of my arm out. I was like, you can definitely see it's flat right here, but it's still, I have a little peak over here.
It's always been flat right
And so I'm like, but there's no bruising. I'm not ever tearing something like this. I expected it to start bruising like dang near immediately, And all the guys were like, hey, it's going to take a couple days, whatever. But I was like, it's not bruising. He's like, okay, well, that's good, but it definitely looks like you tore something. And I was like, okay. He's like, do some ice, do this, that, and the other. I was like, okay, cool. About 10 minutes go by, and I'm like, bro, I hate to do this, but do you have any time tomorrow? Like, not to work on me. I just need you to feel it. Like, I need you to see it, feel it, and tell me what's wrong. Like, I won't have my mind will be going crazy if you don't. So he's like, yeah, come in the morning. Come to find out, the dude had the day off. So he came in on his day off for me and brought Steve and Steve Adams, and they were feeling around, and Steve's like, well, there's no blood yet, so I think you're going to be good. It sounds like a severe strain, maybe some tear. I'm like, okay. So then later, that was on a Tuesday. Later that day, saw a little bruise start to pop up. I'm like, Later that night, it gets bigger. I'm like, fuck, man. Woke up the next morning, and it's all this, and I'm like, shit.
Yeah.
Send it to Hunter, and he's like, yeah, you definitely tore it, man. So went and got an MRI. They confirmed that I tore it. Shout out Dr. McLeese, because I sent him the video, and boom, he was like, come here at 1. Let's get this, scheduled. So got me in, got the MRI that night. They confirmed that it's a tear, but it sounds like it's not a full tear of my tendon. So basically the tendon attaches to a bone, right? And it sounds like my whole tendon didn't tear off the bone, because if it did, then the whole thing would have rolled up, and it would have looked like I had a giant knot right here, right? But it sounds like, so the way it reads is it's a rupture. So it sounds like most of, if not half of my bicep tendon ripped off and rolled up. So I go down to an orthopedic surgeon. Well, I go here in Marion on Monday, and then I go down to Columbus on Thursday, and we're going to get a surgeon or a surgery scheduled. People tell me I can get away with not getting it surgically reattached.
Yeah.
But for me personally, like everybody else has told me, like if you don't get it reattached, it's just a matter of time until you tear the whole thing off. I'm not trying to go through this twice.
Yeah.
So, but the guy down in Columbus is more sports oriented, and one of the things when I got done with my thyroid cancer, I had my appointment with my surgeon, and it was like 10 days or something. And she's like, yeah, you're good to lift heavy. And I was like, how heavy? And she's like, as heavy as you want. And I'm like, I lift pretty heavy. And she was like, yeah, you're good to go. And I'm like, okay.
Nobody cares about that little 150 pounds.
Chill out. Maybe a 150-pound curl. Not with this arm, but. And then last week I had my appointment with my endocrinologist, and she was like, I was told I was able to lift heavy, but it definitely kept swelling up, And she was like, well, how heavy were you talking? And I was like, I mean, I squat 1,008. And she's like, oh, yeah, you probably should have taken a couple more weeks off. And I was like, yeah, I thought so too. So that's what I'm going to go down and tell this surgeon down here, like, hey man, I need this to hold 1,000 pounds. Like when you put this back on, it's not just a normal dude's bicep
put as a fam.
Listen, I'm just gonna tell him it's not no normal dude's bicep that cuts hair and sells dogs and shit. Like I need,
That sounds like Superman's bicep.
I ain't a normal bicep.
That sounds like Superman's bicep to me.
Like I ain't no normal man. So I'm gonna tell him, it needs to do this, that, and the other. I'm gonna tell him my list and stuff. And he came recommended from some other power lifters that have worked on, or that he's worked on. So I have high hopes. I know it's gonna set me back, obviously, but like I've explained in several shows before, man, like this sport is injury. You know what I mean? And it doesn't matter what you do, how safe you are. At some point, whether it's small or big, you're going to get injured. So just every day I've had to reiterate that to myself, like, because I wake up and I sleep on my stomach. I sleep like this. So by the time I wake up,
you get that habit from in jail,
man. Booty tooted up.
Booty tooted.
Chill out. So I don't even know how to respond to that. But so yeah, every morning I gotta kind of work it out a little bit to get the motion back in it. But it's just going another setback. I already have a meet planned to come back to, because in my mind I'm like I have to have something set in stone for me to go towards, for me to run towards. So that meets probably about 8. What would I count? 8. Yeah, 8 months out.
Oh yeah,
9 months out. Because I already know once I am able to get back in the full swing of training, like I'm gonna be scared as shit to deadlift. I already know I'm gonna be scared as shit. I'm gonna end up having to go double over, which I'm gonna have to relearn to deadlift, basically double overs, and get my hands a little stronger. I got meaty hands.
I was just on there yesterday.
Meaty.
I was just on the grip that we got in there, I've been training my forearms a lot lately.
I saw the 2.5 on there. That was you.
That wasn't me. But no, yeah, I was in there. But man, that's why I was asking you what that tear felt like. I mean, obviously, I know I didn't like tear it, but I had the 150s in there doing. Had the 150s in there doing dumbbell press. You feel me? And it's just like
he was holding it by one though. He was holding just one of
but, no, bro, it's like I feel like right here, and it's like it just is like a sharp pain. It's just like a sharp pain. I'm like, but it's not a constant. So it's like it's not constant, but it's like if I just move a certain way, it's just like a sharp little.
It's probably something else is tight.
Yeah.
And you know when you work something out, it's tight and it's pulling on you. That's probably what that is. If I had to guess, I'm not an expert. People just tell me I am. So, but that's probably what that is. I mean, you're not moving enough weight to,
Fam, now that the arm is gone, I'm the strongest in the gym. Hey, I'm like Scar. I threw your ass off the cliff.
Brother.
Threw him off the cliff.
Long live the king.
Long live the king.
Man, I got super upset. So Friday, we did the giant camber bar. We did the big bully bar down at the doghouse. And that, I mean, we've said it a couple times, man. There's just been times in the gym where we've had some of our guys just a lot going on in life, and I don't know, something about the workout just brings tears out. You know what I mean? And so I get under the bar, and I jump to 5 plates. But with that bully bar, with that giant camber bar, you got to have your hands down here and staying tight. And when you sit down, it kind of rocks a little bit, so you got to be able to stop it. And I went 5 plates, and you can see in the video when I sat down, I came up, and then that second one, before I went back down, I'm like trying to move my arm and my hand off the bar, like in a position that I'm not going to have to stop it like this. So I went back down basically with just my hand like kind of floating on top of it and stood back up. And they looked shitty because I was way out of position. I was overthinking everything. My head wasn't in it, but they moved fine. You know what I mean? And when I popped back up, they were like, "Yeah, you're done. You can't do these." And I walked off, and I had to collect myself for 0.5 seconds because I was about to lose my shit.
Damn. You're a crier. That's what you do.
I'm not an emotional guy.
Listen, I seen you not get a parking spot in the front of Walmart and start crying before.
I had the handicap tag. I don't know why. Listen, just because I'm in touch with my feminine and emotional side, okay? Women like that.
What's his name?
Terry. You don't know if it's a man or a girl.
Man, either or. Caitlin or Carl.
Either a Y or an I. You never know.
Man,
Man, how you gonna say something? I saw you peeling off your fingernail paint when we walked in here today.
Hey, chill out, fam. That wasn't no paint. That was you feel me? That was a Band-Aid, some stickiness from a Band-Aid. Fam. Still stuck.
Is that what the stickiness was from? So I seen a guy, Philip Herndon. He ruptured his bicep as well on a deadlift, but 8 months later he was back pulling like 771. So I'm optimistic.
But that's like when you sent me the video. Like that's exactly what I always do, and that's exactly what y'all always told me. Like, stop trying to curl the bar. You gonna
blow your bicep off.
Yeah. I mean, these are some big ass biceps to blow, so probably sound like some cannons blowing up. Yeah. Sound like the Revolutionary War around this thing.
Around the world. Top flight security of the world.
Top flight. But after I seen you do it, I'm like, oh shit, that's exactly what they told me was gonna happen to me. I was like, oh man, I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah. Now you're gonna be second guessing it. Yeah. Now you're gonna be second thinking about it for sure. But I'm gonna just keep doing what I can, man. Like I can still do tricep push downs. I can still like I was getting innovative. I was just trying to experiment today. I put our ab strap and kind of hooked it around my tricep and was doing, rows with it. And then just one arm rows. Like I said, I can still do tricep push downs. I did bench last Wednesday with the bamboo bar, but I only put a plate on it and did I went to a foam piece and did 3 sets of 20 or something like that, just because I'm stubborn. Like I can't not. I can't just sit. Like if I just sit. I told my girl today, I was like, I'm gonna get small. You gonna leave me? Like I'm gonna start looking like Dov, bro. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Don't worry, I got you. You want a big dog, not a pup. Top paw, baby. Top paw.
So it'll be all right, man. I gotta stay optimistic. I'm super thankful for my support system.
Yeah.
I mean, you're texting me every day, asking me how I'm doing. Everybody at the doghouse, everybody at
Fam,
740.
I really just want that money I loaned you.
It was $5.37.
God damn, I got that in the 3rd grade. I still need that
back. I told you, times were tough, bro. I got medical bills for real.
Hey. Medicinal purposes.
Now I'm just going to be sitting around eating Power Scoop ice cream.
And speaking of Power Scoop, we got some flavors for y'all.
Man, I just made a new one with chocolate today. That one, of course, is fire. They've been, man, I tell you what. So I was doing macros the other day. I'm writing everything down for each flavor, and I'm sitting there. I get about half hour into it, and I'm like, I need like a mathematician to just hire and do this stuff. I'm getting worn out just talking numbers like this, going through, adding everything up, dividing it. I'm like, dang. But it's going to be worth it, man, because...
you can't be brute and brains at the same time, fam. And we see which one you are.
You see, I got both, okay?
Just because you got glasses on.
Well, now I ain't got no muscle, so I got to be brains.
Man. But nah, who was that? Somebody the other day was just asking me, like, man, I see y'all got the ice cream out, man. Da-da-da-da-da. It was like, what flavors you got? And I had just went through the list of flavors, and I'm like, damn, next level.
Man, I'm telling you what, dude. And, we had talked about the next moves coming up. I'm super excited about it. Definitely be looking out for that, man, because right now it's exclusively at 740. But very, very soon
we got some
things in the works. Y'all gonna be seeing it out in the public, man. I'm excited for that.
But it was just like I was telling you when you first texted me and tell me about the injury. It's like, I mean, that door obviously isn't open. You can repair your bicep.
Yeah.
But it's like that just gives us time to focus on other ventures within the fitness world. You know what I'm saying? Like we got so much on our plate. We was always focused on like the training, excuse me. I keep burping, man. I just made the world's best chili, and now I got heartburn.
It don't smell like burps.
Hey, listen, got indigestion. I can't even eat no chili no more. But yeah, it just gives us time to focus on, some other things we had going that we kind of like not really on the back burner, but it doesn't get as much focus.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the best things about having a team around you, bro. Like that video you had sent me, like. You can't do everything that you're trying to do alone. Yeah. You have to have a team, and because you're going against people that have teams of their own.
Yeah.
So who do you think you are to take everybody on by yourself? It's just not going to happen. It's not going to work.
Exactly.
But you want to make sure that your team is going to be the ones that, boom, are helping you out.
Yeah.
Like I said, as soon as I sent you that, and I was like, man, this is really getting to me. Blah 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 blah. You're like, hey, boom. God closes one door and he opens up a window.
Yeah.
This is everything else that we have going on.
Yeah.
Focus on getting your health back, but while you're focusing on that, we got other things that need attention.
Yeah.
Because you can't stop, because either if you stop, everybody else is moving forward.
Yeah.
If you ain't moving forward with them or moving past them, then guess what? You sitting back like everybody else.
Sitting back. And it's the thing. I didn't know how to put this in words. I just seen Dana White say it, but I told this to a couple people, but it just didn't make sense like how I was saying it, because a lot of people don't feel like this. But it's like, bro, I hate going to sleep.
Yeah.
Like I hate going to sleep because it's like now I gotta stop, and it's not like I usually go until I'm falling asleep. You see what I'm saying? Then I usually fall asleep at like 10, 11, and I wake up and I'm back up at 2 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I only need like 4 hours of sleep to function. And it was like, man, it's like, because if you're not where you at, why are you just sleeping all day? What they say, if they want you to sleep 8 hours a day, that's a third of the day.
Yeah.
That's a third of your life.
Yeah.
So you telling me you just about to sleep? You lived to be 100. You slept for 33 years.
Yeah.
If you live to be 100 years old.
Yeah. And Eddie Murphy, he was talking about like the average lifespan, and he was like, you got, it was like 80. He's like, you got 80 summers, you got 80 winters, you got 80 springs, you got 80 autumns. He's like, and however old you're now, minus that, and that's what you got left. What are you doing with each one of those seasons?
Yeah.
What are you doing with them? Because your time is dwindling.
Yeah.
And that's if you reach it to the average.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I tell you what, my body has been waking me up this last week earlier than I normally get up, and I'm realizing that, okay, this is my time in the morning to get up before everybody else is up, hop on the computer, start working on this, start working on that, read a little bit of this, and then by that time, now everybody's up, make my coffee, get ready for the day, and go to work.
Yeah.
So like the first couple of days, I was like, man, it just must be because my mind's busy, with this. You got to flip it. If you don't know how to flip a negative into a positive, then you're gonna be stuck in the negative.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm turning that stuff into a positive.
So I always like a few days out the week, like because usually, like I said, I fall asleep on like me and my wife, we wind down the day, you know what I'm saying, and I usually doze off on the couch, and she's like, babe, let's go downstairs. So on the days that I don't just fall asleep on the couch, and I actually we just go downstairs, I'll grab my laptop because I know I'm waking up at 2:00 in the morning. No matter what, I'm waking up at 2:00 in the morning. So it's like I might as well get some work done. You know what I'm saying? Get me a few hours of work, and then I might doze back off at like 5 or 5:36 and doze off for like 30 minutes, and then like my wife gets up at 6:30. You know what I'm saying? 6:30. So then I'm back up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, man, it's just about using your time. Like, why would I just sit here and sleep? And it's about doing more. Like, that was Andrew Tate. I think I had sent you that video that said that. And it's so funny because like he's just been on my story timeline, whatever on my For You page, whatever you want to call it. He's been on there a lot, but it's because I just been days. It was like 3 or 4 days this week where I didn't listen to any music at all, just motivation. I just listen to all through in the gym, motivation. In my car, motivation. And I jump in the shower, I listen to it every day. So I like to start out my morning like that. So when I'm in the shower, I'll put on TikTok and listen to whoever on there talking. Like my favorites right now, like I always love Floyd. That's like one of my top is Floyd. But then Conor McGregor, bro. I like Conor McGregor, bro. He's a savage.
Yeah.
Dana White is a savage. You already know Andrew Tate's a savage.
Yeah.
But like Conor is like up there with one of my favorites. And I'm like, damn, I kind of like Conor, man. He just he just a savage, bro. Super savage. Like I said, Dana White's a super savage. There's a couple other people, but like them is like my top 3. Floyd, Dana White, and Conor, bro. There's something about them talking. It just like fuels me. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I love Conor's story because he came from literally nothing. Yeah. You know what I mean? And Dee Devlin, his wife, girlfriend, whatever they are, she was supporting him because he had the dream of fighting. And then out of nowhere, he made it big in the UFC and then started making, other business ventures. And then he got out of the UFC and people were talking to Dana, like, when's he coming back? And he's like, if I was Conor, I wouldn't. Like, he's sitting on a super yacht right now. Why would I want to come into a cage and fight somebody when I could be chilling in Barbados, on a super yacht, you know? Like, that's somebody that had a dream, that had a vision, that had a drive, and executed it. Yeah. So I'm going to have to look up his stuff because I didn't know he has stuff.
I'll send it to you. Well, they're like the little 30 second, 60 second. I'll start sending you some stuff. Yeah. Because it's like, that's all I listen to, so I don't have nothing. Like I used to have when I first got TikTok, I used to be all conspiracies because like I was just all conspiracy. But now, literally, that's it. It's just all motive. For like the last year, it's just all motive. Jesse, he sent me something a minute, and I sent it to you too. It's a dude. He's standing outside of a car. He got like a whole bunch of jewels on. He's talking about like Like nothing happens on accident. You got to plan it. Mm-hmm. And that was like in like October. So ever since October, like damn near every day since October, it's just like just motivation every day. But this last 2 weeks, it's been like just nonstop. Like I said, I might put on some music. You know what I'm saying? Because you'll listen to the same video. They'll just put different. Because it ain't even. Most of the time, it's not even them. Most of the time, it's like they putting Lamborghinis and all that stuff, different pictures and videos behind it. So you'll hear the same stuff 1,000 times. But it's like I just want to hear it. Like I was telling you before, it's about brainwashing yourself, bro. Because that's all. What do they call a TV show? A program. Programming. You know what I'm saying? It's a program. The old folks call it the program. What programs you're watching? You know what I'm saying? Yep. So it's the same thing. Either you programming yourself with some ignorance. You're programming yourself with some nonsense. Like we watched it. Like I watch the news every morning. Good Day Columbus comes on at 4. Good Day America comes on at 7. You know what I'm saying? Then I got to switch back to Good Day Columbus, and it's like my wife. She hates it because she's like, oh my gosh, like quit watching this. It's depressing. All you hearing about is a shooting, a kidnapping, a rape. The government's doing this. The state government's doing this. The federal government's doing this. This happened. That's all it is on the news. It might be one good segment with some happy joy stuff that happened, but 95% is just all depression.
Isn't it funny how the news people it's always one extreme to the next. They'll be like, and they found the kids in the basement. Well, good news for egg lovers. The prices are
on everything. That's exactly, bro. I watch the news every morning. Like I said, I turn on Good Day Columbus at 4:00 in the morning, bro. And literally, that's how it is, bro. It's funny. Bro? That's hilarious. That's hilarious. That's exactly how it is. Now I ain't gonna be able to watch the news no more. You just messed it up for me.
It is though, every single time. And the tornado absolutely obliterated the family. Devastating. Isn't it, Joel? Yeah. It is. Well, it's going to be sunny this weekend. If you have plans to go to the Cincinnati Zoo, they have a baby giraffe.
On everything.
But no, back in the day, the church that I grew up in, one of the things that stuck out to me was they said trash in is trash out. Yeah. So it makes perfect sense of what you're doing is you're bringing motivation in, which is going to push motivation out.
Exactly.
I feel it with music. I've always said the same thing when it comes to music, dude. If you're listening to, some crazy stuff, some mean, some evil, some hateful stuff, that's probably that's what you're taking in. That's probably going to be the attitude you have for that day. But if you're listening to something good, something hopeful, something happy, that sets your mood. Yeah. So trash in, trash out. So if you find yourself, again, we talk about this, if you find yourself throughout the day, just having a bad day, kind of reevaluate where you're listening to on your way to work that morning. Yeah. Are you listening to Disturbed and or just negative stuff? Or are you listening to something happy and upbeat that's going to set the tone for your day?
And that's how you start your morning. But I'm going to tell you how you start your lunch. Over there at Mike's Deli.
Hey, I went over there. I was actually there this week.
Yeah. I was over there a couple of times. Like I said, I had a little... People don't know, Mike Zucker, we go way back. Yeah. I call him Coach. He was my coach in the junior year. That's how I met him. A great guy. One of my role models. Man, listen... He always got a smile on his face. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I remember one time, this was maybe like 10 years ago, I was driving and I seen him and he just it was nobody there but him, bro. Like he was walking to a car but was just cheesing. I see every tooth in his mouth. Yeah. And I was like, bro, that's the feeling I want. Yeah. Like, what are you smiling about? Like, he was just...
What do I got to be mad about?
Yeah, he was just... Bro, it was just him he was walking to his car, and he was just cheesing, I'm talking about just smiling. And I'm like, see, that's what I want, bro. I want that happiness. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, we've been cool. I mean, like I said, I knew him since I was 16. And, he comes in and comes out. And every time he comes in, he always drops some gems on me. And, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, you guys know I don't cut hair no more. I just run the barbershops. But, like, that's one guy that I still cut. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll make time for him. I mean, I only get a haircut once every 3 months. But I still got a full head of hair, though. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I come in and cut him, you know what I'm saying? Like, every few months. And that's my guy.
Yeah, man. I know we say it a lot, and obviously they're one of our sponsors, man. But for real, I went there this week, and I had another Italian. I can't get over their Italian subs. So every time I go in there, that's what I get. Yeah. But I'm sitting there, full as hell, looking at the 2 chocolate chip cookies, and I'm like, I mean, I gotta eat them. I can't take them for later, because then what?
Then I'm about to get one to my girl. She ain't deserve it.
I ain't even come out. Hey, it's funny you said it, because she got mad at me because I was on the phone with her after. She's like, "Are you gonna eat lunch?" And I was like, "Yeah, I already did." Where'd you go? I was like, "I went to Mike's." And she's like, "You know I've been wanting to go there. Man. You know I had the day off. Why you didn't call me?" And I was like, it was good, too. I'm done with you. I'm getting off the phone.
See, you guys ain't married. Wait till you get married. I would have never told on myself, first of all. Second of all, I would have still ate whatever she made me cook, whatever she cooked, and just been in there stuffed and horrible. Knowing I just ate a big old 12-inch Italian sub and 2 cookies.
Down in 2 cookies.
Washed it down with a Diet Coke.
Oh, man. But like we were saying earlier, man, we got a lot going on. We staying busy. Check out 740barbell.com.
A lot of new stuff dropping. Power
Scoop ice cream. Be checking that out right now. For now, exclusively at 740 Barbell. Make sure you check out Top Paw Puppy Prizing that's coming up soon.
Hit the road. Jackpot.
One of the nicest Dodges right now, man. That thing is.
It's gonna be gone in the next day or two.
Fire. So. Make sure you check everything out, man. Support your community. Yep. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Hit that like, subscribe. You got any questions on training, anything like that, hit us up.
Ask me, not him.
If you need to know how to build a bicep, call Dov. But this the biggest, Jonah. This small biceps, Dov. Hey, and this the Pushing Weight Show.
Pushing Weight. Something fresh, hearty, and downright delicious, look no farther than Mike's Deli, where every bite feels like home.
From their signature subs piled high with premium meats and cheeses to their mouth-watering deli specials made just the way you like it, Mike's Deli has it all.
Need something quick for lunch? Mike's Deli has you covered fast with friendly service that'll get you back on the go, or just take a seat and enjoy the meal where that hits every single time.
Locally owned and family operated, Mike's takes pride in offering only the freshest ingredients, handpicked just for you. Mike's Deli, where every sandwich tells a story.
Come taste the difference today.
One of the best things to do after having a heavy squat day, going home, making a protein shake, and puffing on a Rocky Patel, bro.
Good Rocky Patel.
Man, and the best thing about it is we got the best prices around on these things.
Best prices, whether you want a box, a single cigar, or a variety pack. The only place you can get it is Z's Cigar Emporium on 740barbell.com. Check out the link.
Celebrate your PRs with a Rocky Patel from Z Cigars, baby. 740.
740.